like pasta, rice is used throughout Italy. Although most commonly used up north in a dish called risotto, you will find rice used throughout the country. There's 15 to 20 varietals of rice in Italy, but the three most common varietals are arborio, violone nano, and carnaroli. One of the great dishes of these rices is risotto. And we're going to spend a little time to talk about making a basic risotto. I think there's a tremendous fear for people to make risotto, but as you'll see over the next few minutes, like pasta, risotto is a very simple dish to prepare. So let's go into the kitchens and make risotto. Okay, so we're here in our test kitchen with Gianluca to make our basic risotto. And we're going to make a risotto alla parmigiana. It'll cover all the basic techniques of making risotto with the addition of adding Parmesan cheese to it. So Gianluca is chopping half an onion again, and he's going to saute this onion in olive oil, a little bit of olive oil. Again, we're using extra virgin olive oil, good basic extra virgin olive oil. So Gianluca, how long do we saute the onion for a little while?
Saute the onion for 1 minute maybe, and
until it's a little translucent.
Yeah. And
okay.
After we add the rice.
Okay.
Get me the rice, please.
You want carnaroli?
Carnaroli rice. I think the best for this risotto is carnaroli.
So what do we have? We have about five handfuls.
5 hands for 5 people. One
okay.
hand for each people.
All right, great. So right now he's toasting the rice a little bit with the olive oil and onion. One of the things that's interesting about the way they prepare rice in Italy as opposed to the rest of the world seems to either steam it or boil it. In Italy, they braise it. It's to make risotto. So then what are we going to do once this is...
After 1 minute, we add, will be white wine, dry white wine.
Okay.
In this way. I think about 1 glass of wine.
So we're cooking down the wine with the rice. Maybe.
When it becomes.
And we're going to add ladle by ladle of this is chicken stock.
Chicken stock, yeah.
Chicken stock that we make.
We need to keep boiling the chicken stock.
So you keep the chicken stock hot. And 1 ladle at a time we'll add the chicken stock to the rice. And what this does is the rice slowly absorbs the flavors that you're adding to it. Go ahead.
I add a little bit of salt.
So remember with risotto, the word to remember is to stir. You're constantly stirring. And it's all together, it's about a 14, 15 minute
Yeah, 14,
process.
15 minutes, fine.
The important thing is not to allow the rice to stick to the bottom of the pot, and you do that by stirring every minute or so. Now, I grew up eating risotto. When I wasn't having pasta at home, risotto was the dish of choice. My mother's family is from north of Milan, and risotto milanese, which is a risotto that you add saffron to, was quite a common dish as I grew up. At least once a week we had risotto milanese. And the thing I think that's great about cooking with rice and making risotto is it's just as versatile as pasta. You can have so many different ingredients that you can add to it. We're going to make here, what we're making here is just a very basic risotto. And once you get this down, and it's the sort of thing that you need to practice a little bit, and you see how simple it is, you can add to that whether you're adding vegetables, fish, meat, what have you. It's a great dish to learn to make, and it's very easy. Okay, so we are adding our last ladle of chicken stock, and we're about 13 minutes right now cooking the risotto. So we're going to cook a total time of about 15 minutes, but the best way is to bite through a kernel of the rice and make sure that it's just a little bit al dente. Gianluca's pulling it off the flame right now, and by the way, the flame should be pretty high flame. You want to make sure that you're cooking it at a pretty high temperature, as well as keeping the chicken stock hot throughout the whole process. So Gianluca, what are you doing? You're going to
add some butter, just maybe 2 spoons of butter.
Okay.
And some Parmesan cheese, grated Parmesan cheese.
Looks like we have about 1/3 of a cup or so of Parmesan.
4 spoon Parmesan cheese.
Great.
Okay, now you can add a little bit pepper, pinch of pepper.
Great.
Yeah. We stir a little bit. In Italy we call mantecare, mantecato.
Mantecare care means to stir, and
to stir, yeah.
to stir at the end. It's a common procedure that they do. I think more in the Veneto than
yeah, maybe more in the Veneto.
No. Go ahead, John. Look at this. Great. Thank you, Gianluca. So as you can see, this is another example of a simple dish prepared using AG Ferrari food ingredients. We've been able to use rice, olive oil, Parmigiano cheese, chicken stock that we prepare, and we've got a wonderful dish. This is your basic, simplest risotto to make, risotto alla Parmigiana, and it's truly a wonderful dish. And this is the dish that I recommend that you practice on or start with, and from this dish you can carry it through other flavors, whether it's meat or vegetables, different flavors that you want to add to this dish. It's really, truly a wonderful dish. Buon appetito. So as you become comfortable making risotto alla Parmigiana, don't forget that it doesn't take much to add to your repertoire in making risotti, whether you use a particular favorite of mine, porcini mushrooms. I love making risotto with fresh herbs, basil, sage, rosemary, and also don't forget that we sell saffron, the basic ingredient that we need to change something like risotto alla Parmigiana to risotto Milanese. It's the risotto that I grew up on.